A Minecraft movie. The greatest movie. The greatest movie. That's the end of the sentence. It's cinema. Making over $123 million on the opening weekend, and as of recording this video, $323 million worldwide. People really like this movie. Maybe a bit too much. I'm honestly surprised the movie's doing as well as it's doing, just because when that first teaser trailer came out, all the comments were just saying that this was a mistake. But I guess it just became a meme of itself, and that's what made it popular, kind of like the Minions movie. A few other comments I saw on that first teaser trailer were about the visuals and how it just looked bad, and there is definitely an uncanny valley thing going on with the movie, especially with like the animals and the villagers. But that's not my department, so for this video, I'm not going to focus on that. I just want to focus on the light. Let's take this one scene, for example. In the establishing shot, you can see that the sun is behind them based on their shadows. But then a few scenes later, the shadows are on the opposite side. So that means the light source has moved. And it's doing that every single time the camera is flipping back and forth to the characters. There's always going to be some sort of rim light around their hair, as well as a soft key light on their face. And it's just not natural lighting, and the continuity is just, there's none. I mean, it's a Minecraft movie, so the lighting isn't like the most concerning thing. It's a movie about a video game that everything is square and blocks. But what would it look like if they wanted to actually create realistic lighting to the scenes that they're filming? Well, I tried that just here in my bedroom, and it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Now, looking at a lot of the behind the scenes footage, we can actually see they built real sets with practical props, and they didn't really use a green screen except for a select few scenes. In fact, they used a gray backdrop. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use a green screen because that's what I have. So here's a video of my friend standing outside at a park, and my goal is to recreate the lighting on a green screen. Firstly, the sun emits 382 septillion watts of energy, and the strongest light I have is a GVM 300 watt light, so just a little bit different. So this being my strongest light, I set that up in my room to as high as it could go to try to match where the sun was coming from, and we're done, right? I mean, the sun is just one point of light, so we only need one light, right? And that's where the challenge comes in. You see, light bounces off of everything. So we need to take that into consideration when lighting the scene, because when we're outside, light is bouncing off of literally everything. In the footage, there's a little bit of bounce lighting hitting the side of his face. So to account for that, I'll set up a light on the left side of him through a diffuser to get a nice soft light on him. There's also light bouncing off of the ground underneath his chin. So I just took a light and put it underneath him, shining up. To account for just the lighting from the sky, I'm going to put a light facing up towards my ceiling, bouncing down. Okay, so here we have the footage of my friend outside, and then here's the footage I got of him inside. So you can tell there's a pretty big difference. I did not do a perfect job. His shirt is way brighter in this shot than in this one, so that was on me. But we gotta work with what we got. I'm gonna take this clean plate of the background here. I'm gonna move this one on top. So first thing we need to do is we need to get rid of the green screen. So let's create a mask around my friend here. We're gonna come over to effects over here. Color key, or no, ultra key. Now let's get our green screen sample, boom. So there you go, the green screen's gone, but there's still a little bit of fine tuning we need to do there. Yeah, it still kind of sucks. Okay, I think that's the best I can do. I did not do a good job lighting. You can see some artifacts of the green screen. So let's do our best to clean this up. So clearly I did not do the best job at matching the lighting. I'm sure somebody who's better at editing could maybe make them look a bit similar, but I'm not that good at color correction or anything like that. But that just goes to show you how hard it can be to mimic sunlight on a green screen or on just a fake background. Granted, I am in my bedroom with a few lights I got on Amazon, so I'm assuming that a bigger studio with more money and they have a full-on like warehouse that they're filming in, they could do way better than I can. But the Minecraft movie, it's an artistic choice. They can do whatever they want with their lighting. If I were to do this differently, I'd probably just take my friend outside with the green screen and then just film him against the green screen. That way the lighting stays the same and I could change the background however I want. The reason a lot of studios opt for green screen or digital backgrounds, especially with The Mandalorian and the Batman, is that you just have more control over the environment. But we need to get out of the mindset that just because a movie or show is using green screen, that it doesn't automatically make the visuals look bad. It's just a matter of smart filmmaking, and I think Severance did a really good job because this whole opening sequence uses a mix of sets that they actually built and green screen, which is surprising because a lot of the scenes no one would notice that's a green screen just because it's not like out there in your face.
Like everything you see here behind Adam, this is all computer generated. This is all real, but then here, all of this is all computer generated behind Adam also.
If a director knows what they want, then they know how to film a scene, because now they're filming it with the idea that they're going to replace the background and the idea of what background they're replacing it with. Sometimes movies and TV shows are going to have to use green screen. You can't control the weather. You can't control the lighting at all times. Sometimes it's going to be cloudy. Sometimes you want to get that exact perfect lighting, but you miss your window. And when you're making a movie or TV show, you're on a schedule. And if you have to get a shot done by a certain date, then sometimes you can't film outside. That's why a lot of movie reshoots always look way different than the original, because they were probably just filmed on a separate location or even or against a green screen. You're going to have to use digital backgrounds or green screen. And that's just how it works. If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. This is my first YouTube video, and I want to keep making more of these. I want to do a video series talking about practical effects in movies before CGI and VFX were really a thing. So if you want to make sure you don't miss those videos, make sure you subscribe. Maybe leave a comment on this video saying what kind of old movie techniques you'd like me to talk about. But until then, thank you. Have a good day. I bought this pickaxe. I didn't even use it for the video. Jeez, wasted $13 on Amazon.